Hello Cancer, welcome to this reading. We're going to be doing a bonus tarot reading for the sign of Cancer. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at what your next gift from the universe is. In order to find your next gift from the universe, we're going to pull one card, which signifies the gift. We'll also then expand on that one card. We'll take a look at what's been going on for you in the past, and then we'll also see how you can best utilize this gift. So, let's go ahead and let's see what we have here. Do keep in mind that this is a general reading, so take the messages as they resonate, drop the ones that do not, and also check out your sun, moon, and rising signs, or Venus, Jupiter, whatever. For a reading like this, you can check out any sort of placement. All right. So, Cancer, your gift from the universe coming in is the Strength card. So you are being given the gift of courage. You're being given the gift of finally being able to overcome something that has been limiting you. Okay, this is not, some of you have been struggling with something internally. You might not even have opened up to others about this, right? This might have been, you might be going through some type of internal struggle or internal battle. You are being given the gift of overcoming this successfully. Some of you will be also given the gift of confidence. And you can think of it this way. Some of you are being given the gift here where you're overcoming this internal situation, this struggle that you've been going through for some time. And I do think that some of you have not told people that you've been kind of dealing with something. There's also another group of you that's being given the gift of courage, confidence, bravery, and strength, those types of attributes. So let's go ahead and let's see what's been going on for you here in the past. Let's get 3 cards to see what is going on for you here in the past. Can we get one more card? Can we get one more card? All right. So yes, so you have the 7 of Cups, the 8 of Pentacles, and the High Priestess showing up here in the past for your 3 cards. So, the 7 of Cups, this is somebody who is confused. This is somebody who's overwhelmed. They have many choices at hand, and they're struggling to pick the choice that makes sense for them. But this is more about some type of overwhelming feeling. Some of you here have been extremely overwhelmed about a situation in your life. This might be connected to work, as you do have the 8 of Pentacles. But with the Strength card, to me, this suggests that you've been, with the Strength card as your gift, to me this suggests that the confusion that you are feeling, the overwhelming sense that you have in your life is coming to a close. This is the gift that you're being given. And just to be totally clear, this is not necessarily something other people can see from you, okay? Some people might even be a little bit surprised to learn that you've been going through something here, Cancer. The High Priestess would suggest something that is hidden. And, this is something that potentially, the High Priestess could be something that we do when no one's around, right? It's mysteries. The High Priestess represents mysteries or hidden knowledge in life. Interestingly enough, if there is a whole, there are people who, if you look up the different meanings of these tarot cards, sometimes you'll find health meanings. So technically you could assign a health meaning to each one of these cards. And one of the health meanings with the High Priestess is to not ignore something that you've been feeling. I'm just giving an example here, right? I'm not a doctor, I can't provide medical advice. But let's say you've been going through heart palpitations for a while. You get the High Priestess. That would be a message for you to go talk to a doctor. Don't ignore that, right? Don't ignore that, because it doesn't mean that anything's doom and gloom here, but it's just, don't ignore that. And also don't ignore what you feel about a situation. I'm feeling guided to say that to somebody. I actually feel that this is less about I don't know, physical health. I think that this is more about emotional inner health here, with the Strength card really talking about some type of overcoming some type of internal obstacle, and this being your gift. And so I do think that some of you, maybe this represents going to a therapist for some of you, okay? Because it's possible that some of you need to talk to somebody here. I also think some of you are burdened by work, with the Eight of Pentacles indicating potentially working a lot. Now, the Eight of Pentacles also says you have major talents, gifts, skills, and abilities, but this person is dedicated to an extreme degree. Okay, you have the Death card clarifying, you have the Lovers, and you have the Knight of Pentacles. All right, some of you are working very, very, very hard here. Knight of Pentacles, Eight of Pentacles is long hours, but you do get rewarded. You know, you get justly rewarded for the hours that you put in when you get the Knight of Pentacles and the Eight of Pentacles, for sure. And this reward can come in the form of skills, abilities, talents, you know, becoming an expert, becoming a leader in your field, these sorts of things. Now, this is all showing up in the past. Now, the Death card, I don't want that to scare you. If you've watched my readings before, you know that the Death card is actually a positive card. It indicates transformation and change. It does not indicate literal death and dying. Kind of challenging that we got this card when I was talking about health, but please do not allow your mind to go there. If you look up the definition of the Death card, it is about change and transformation. It's a very important, necessary, positive card in the tarot. And as I like to say, like I like to read positively. I like to try to read as positively as possible here. And so do keep that in mind. All right, do keep that in mind. Now, you know, you do have this transformation here coming in the inner world with the Death card showing up with the High Priestess. This is at the inner level, you know, with the Strength card. And it's almost like you're coming out of the cave, you know, you're coming out of the dark here. And you're being given this gift of like vitality and, you know, a new courage that maybe wasn't there before. On the bottom of the deck, you do have the Eight of Wands, which suggests that things are accelerating and pushing ahead for you here. By the way, the Lovers, you do have an important choice to make. You know, I don't get a love vibe here. There's something about work that's very, you know, that's heavily on your mind here. You have some type of important choice to make in your work life. Let's go ahead and let's start to clarify this situation even more by pulling 2 additional cards on the Strength card. So let's get 2 cards here to clarify the gift. Okay, can we get 1 more card? All right, so you have the Nine of Wands, the Strength card, and the Knight of Cups here. Or you have the Knight of Cups and the Nine of Wands clarifying the gift of the Strength card. So, Nine of Wands, perseverance. You know, you do have something about courage and perseverance here as a gift that's coming in for you. Very heavily, very, very heavy message of that here showing up. The Knight of Cups is really a card that would indicate, in this case, I mean, obviously it's a big card that would indicate some type of romantic event happening. You do have the Lovers and the Knight of Cups. Thing is, in love, what's blocking you is the amount of work that you're putting into something. I actually think that some of you are really dedicated to your craft. Like, you love your work. You love what you do for work. And that's how I think love in this reading is showing up. I don't know if it's necessarily showing up as relationships. Like, you are extremely dedicated here to something important in your work life. And you might even, you know, have an ability to flex your creativity a little bit here as well. There's something about courage, perseverance, and again, I do think that some of you have really been quietly struggling to some degree here. And you're really being given the gift of this being lifted for you, this quiet struggle. We get 2 more cards. Okay, 3 more cards. So you have wow, okay. So you have the 5 of Wands up here. I'll talk about that in a minute. But again, look at this. These two cards. I'm using a different deck, obviously. Eight of Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles. Knight of Pentacles, Eight of Pentacles. These two cards are the most important cards in addition to the Strength card as your gift card. You have an extreme work ethic here, Cancer. You have an extreme work ethic. You know, you can see that this person is dedicated to completing their projects on the illustration, but it's also a major, major sign of talent. The Knight of Pentacles is somebody who is dependable. Okay, if you give the Knight of Pentacles a task, they will absolutely complete it. They will absolutely see it through to the end. They're hardworking, and as a result, they are well off. You know, they're well-to-do, and you know, money is not a problem for the Knight of Pentacles because they work for what they have, right? They understand the value of hard work. Knights also represent events in the tarot. You have 3 knights showing up here. Knight of Pentacles twice, Knight of Cups. So I almost feel like this has been slow moving, but this is all hitting you at once, right? There's something here that's all coming in at once for you, Cancer, and this is connected to some type of internal situation here that you are being given an opportunity to work through or work past. You have the Five of Wands and the Nine of Wands. Very clear. Five of Wands is a struggle. It's a conflict. Again, this is just a confirmation that this is at the internal level. Despite the fact that we have 3 knights, which can be people in the tarot, I do not think that you're struggling with other people at this time. Okay, the biggest issue is I even feel like some people don't know that you're struggling. Some of you will reach out to a therapist potentially for help here on managing the overwhelming feelings that you have, or the burden. What is the term that I'm looking for? The burnout that you're experiencing. Some of you might be experiencing burnout here, and managing that right now is something that might be, because I just see you working extremely hard. Okay. So you have the King of Wands and the Devil. Wow. So some of you are maybe entrepreneurs. Some of you could certainly be self-employed with the Knight of Pentacles and the King of Wands. The Devil is somebody, I say this many times, that somebody who has an addiction to work. Working too much. And might even be working in a toxic environment. But the King of Wands is a major entrepreneur in the tarot. It's somebody who really does their passions for a living. They are blessed with the gift of doing what they want for their career. And, you know, with these ideas of dedication, hard work, the other thing with the Knight of Pentacles is it can indicate profit, or being able to turn a profit in something. I do think that some of you have a special skill in that. And so I think that there's, you know, it's possible that you haven't seen profit, and now this is all coming at once. But that message is only for you if you've truly, and you can honestly say this to yourself, that you've truly been working hard at your business or your job for a long time. I'm just imagining some of you maybe have a startup, or some of you have like a small business, and maybe you've turned some sort of a profit, but it hasn't been crazy. That could change. You're being given the gift here to power through this. So if you've been going through struggles in business or work, you're being given the gift to power through this. On the bottom, you have the Knight of Swords. This has taken some time, but the end of delay. Okay, it's the end of delay here, because you have the Eight of Wands and the Page of Swords. It's the end of delay. Those two cards are literally opposites. When you get the Page of Swords, it might suggest delay. When you get the Eight of Wands with the Page of Swords, it's literally the end of delay. So I definitely feel like that is a message for somebody here as well. You've taken good actions, okay? You've taken appropriate action here with double Knights of Pentacles and double Eight of Pentacles. Like, you've certainly, you know, your work ethic is not the issue. All right, so how can you best utilize this gift of the Strength card? Are you serious? Are you serious, Cancer? You have the Eight of Pentacles for a third time in each column. Okay. Universe is throwing all the chips on the table here. Can we get two more? Okay, Six of Pentacles. You will definitely, the fruits of your labor here are absolutely highlighted. Eight of Wands again. So we have the Eight of Wands on the bottom there. You have an incredible reading here, Cancer, I have to tell you. So here's the thing. I talked about at the beginning of this reading how some of you, like, you feel overwhelmed by the amount of work that you have. What's interesting is two things. One, the interesting thing is that you have the Eight of Pentacles in each column. What's interesting about that is two things. Number one, to me, it suggests that everywhere you go, you're dedicated to something. No matter what, you're putting your full force into something. Number two, in other words, you might be overworking. Number two, the cards here are almost saying that you should continue doing that. It's almost this strange message where, okay, so like in your gift here, which you have the Strength card, Knight of Wands, this is like a heavy element or heavy theme around not giving up, okay? There's a heavy theme around not giving up. But at the same time, there's this push-pull for you where you need to do something where you don't totally fizzle out and burn out. That's how you can best utilize this gift, okay? There needs to be, like, the cards are saying continue working hard, continue being dedicated. Because there are results on the way. With the Eight of Wands and the Six of Pentacles, that's literally something being returned to you. So I would say the best way for you to utilize this gift is to continue doing what you're doing. You have the Knight of Cups again. Can we get two more cards? But it needs to be done. Continue doing what you're doing, but there is one change here, which, okay, the King of Pentacles, and wow, this is Cancer. You're doing something big here. You're doing something big here. Yeah, in the King of Cups, which is kind of a card I was looking for. So the thing is, there is one change here, and this is around your self-care practice. Because again, we have the Devil on the bottom. Okay, so the Devil is somebody who doesn't really practice self-care, but it's not a call to give up here or to stop doing something. Like it's a call to keep doing what you're doing, because the King of Pentacles is somebody who sees something through to the end. So does the Knight of Pentacles, and they've achieved major success in career and in the financial realms of their life. With the King of Cups, some of you may just want to like, I don't know, talk to a therapist or add something in where you can take care of yourself emotionally. So this is what I have. This is an incredible reading. Thank you so much for being here. If you enjoyed this, hit that like button, subscribe. Really appreciate you, and I will see you in the next reading.